Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the part 2 of AgentOps Commander. This is going to be the architecture discussion. What are the components it is involved in this application and what it is going to deliver, and what are the cloud infrastructure we are going to use in this application. All those things I am going to discuss on this one. You see, this is an enterprise agent operations control plane on Microsoft Azure. We are going to build this application on top of Azure, but it's not a cloud agnostic one because we can build this application on top of any cloud as we are implementing this using the Terraform infrastructure as a code. That means we can use this Terraform code to deploy it in any of the cloud platform like GCP or Azure or AWS. So the thing is, the application is we are building this application to observe, control, and govern. Observe means trace the ingestion, direct acyclic graph, visualization, anomaly detection, etc. What is meant by control? Control means the deployment, canary, blue, green deployments. Okay, human in the loop. That is for the approvals. Okay, control means the deployment control. This canary, blue, green deployment, and human in the loop approvals, and etc. And governance means multi-tenant security, audit logs, complaint packs, and billing. Let's go ahead and see what are the components. Okay. The master high-level architecture, if you see, there is client layer, edge and API gateway, application compute, data messaging, data and messaging, a mobile push, and external services. Let's see this high-level architecture. Yeah. If you see the client tier. This we are going to discuss in detail in upcoming sessions, upcoming slides. So if you see the client tier, this is the client tier, and second thing is the edge and API gateway. And go to the left side, we can see the three. This is the application compute layer, and then comes the fourth layer, that is data and messaging, and the fifth layer is mobile app, that is for the notification system. And the sixth layer is about third-party service integration. Okay, let's go one by one. This is a client layer. Client layer, we are providing three layer. That is, one is web. We can use this application or the web. The second thing is mobile application. You can use a mobile application to do the on-call and approval inbox, instant push, and biometrics for the sensitive actions and all. Okay. Next thing is AD SDK. That is a Python, TypeScript, and Go. That is the technologies we are used. And sorry, the instrument customer agent, that is batch traces to API version 1. That is stream event hubs. Let's see the client tab. Is already I have shown you that architecture before. Okay, if you see, this is the client tab. We have the mobile app. We are built on top of React Native, iOS, and Android app. And there we have the client SDK, that is a Python and TypeScript that we use to connect the clients. And we have the web application that is built on top of React and TypeScript. Okay, this is the client layer. So next comes our layer 2, that is edge and API gateway. We are using Azure service for this application. So the Azure front door we are using for the content delivery network, web application firewall, DDoS protection, multi-region routing. This is the global entry point for any customer from anywhere in the world. Next thing is the static web pages or static web apps. That's for the web hosting. This is a compiled white application, and global content delivery network and RO scaling comes into this picture. Next thing is the application gateway. The application gateway means the gateway to this application is already secured. We are using this application using authentication and authorization and the TLS security. TLS security in the sense secure, that is encryption on the go, that is encryption on transit. Web application firewalls and path-based routing. And API management, we are using JWT validation, throttling by tier, and API management. Okay, you see this API gateway. This is the API gateway. From the previous layer, it will come here. That is API management rate limiting. That is JWT token. Then there are Azure front door for content delivery network, and web application firewall DDoS attack for global routing. And it will go to the static web apps and application gateway, web application firewalls, and transport layer security terminations. Nothing hits our port directly from the internet. Okay, that's the advantage. Traffic is inspected by the edge device governed by the APIMs and then forward to the Azure Kubernetes services. If you see the layer 3 application compute that is running on top of Azure Kubernetes services, these are the application compute. So let's see. We have this AgentOps backend and trace consumer, salary worker, and AI agents. Let's see this architecture. If you see this architecture, this is Azure Kubernetes Service workload. We have the ingress layer, then come to the namespace agent in production. We have three namespaces are there. One is API deployment. Next thing is worker deployment and platform resources. Okay. Next comes the Azure PaaS backing services. We are using PostgreSQL to save the database, and Redis for caching, and event hubs for event management, and service bus for deployment, salary worker, and async task control. Okay. So let's go to the next slide that's related to data and messaging layer. Okay, in this data and messaging layer, this database concept is coming into picture, and also the security it comes into picture. Then what else? We have this Redis. Redis means for the caching, it comes into picture. For the DB, we are using PostgreSQL, and Redis we are using for the caching. Event hubs premium we are using. Service bus for async job queues. Azure Signal are for in-app real-time updates for web and mobile, and blob store for cold storage, and AI for semantic trace, and keyword premium for keyword search. Let's see the architecture for this one. This is the warm tier. There are different four tiers: warm tier, surge tier, hot tier, and cold tier. The client SDK software development kit is connecting to the streaming event hubs. Then it will go to the trace workup. Okay, trace workup is divided into three. That is two. One is Azure ASS money, that is for search tier. Then hot tier is coming to the PostgreSQL, that is in the database, and PG vector for embedding search for similarity search. And we have this edge policy that will come on the cold tier. We have this blob storage hot for archive lifecycle. We are using it for policy retrievals. And PostgreSQL index, there is only a metadata. This is the overall infrastructure architecture. If you see this global users come here, the agent SDK or mobile devices or web browser, it will go to the global Azure services. This is the here come the Azure front door, load balancer, content delivery network, of web application firewalls and all. Then we have two sections are there. One is the primary region. If the primary region goes down, we can immediately switch back to the DR region. Okay, we are using a hub that is primary region in East US, and another one is in West Europe. Okay, then the request will go to this authentication layer, and then it will go to the API management. Once the authentication is successful, it will go to the API management, and the request will route to the appropriate APIs. And the Azure Kubernetes Service production system plus app node, it is controlled. We can see all the services are in a Kubernetes service, and there are different ports for handling the different services, just like managing subnet, data subnet, and then we have this DR services. This is the overall architecture of our service. If you see, when the API management and Azure Kubernetes service, it will go to the failure orchestration, then it will go to the Azure function platform, then it will be the when notification. I think it's too small. Okay, yeah. This is Azure Kubernetes Server production system plus node ports. We can see this is the data subnet endpoints, PostgreSQL, Redis Premium, Event Hubs, Service Bus, Signaler, Blob Storage, Key Vault Premium, and ASS. Okay, this is the DR region. DR region also we have the DR for the database. Here, this is the active database, that is PostgreSQL flexible high availability, and in the DR we have exact copy, that is async replication, geo redundant backup. This is again the Postgres re-replicate geo backup. This is all about the overall architecture diagram of our system. The AgentOps Commander. It is a layered Azure platform for enterprise AI agent operations. Okay, it's gated APIs on Azure Kubernetes service, but it's not cloud agnostic or cloud dependent. We can implement this application in any cloud, depend upon the client. A streaming trace pipeline and through event hubs. Postgres as SQL source of truth with RLS, multi-channel notifications, mobile first approvals built for enterprise multi-tenancy, safe agent deployment with canaries, and compliance evidence automation. This is all about this architecture discussion. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. On the next video, I'm going to discuss about the boilerplate code explanation. Thereafter, we'll start working on this development. Stay tuned. We will connect in this channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you all. Have a good day.